Welcome to Four Faces. Today we're going to talk about the dumbness that Brittney did. Yeah, I said the dumbness. Now I know some of you are going to be offended by this, but the truth of the matter is, think about it. Think about this. Here you are, a famous basketball player, a female famous basketball player who have fortune, fame, and pretty sure money. And in addition to that, you go and you get married. Magnificent. But then you go to Russia and you go with you some weed. Yes, some weed. Now in America, it's pretty much everyone accepts that. But in other country, you go to a foreign country in Russia, and what do you take with you? Some weed that you consider medical marijuana. That is the most dumbest thing that you could have possibly done. You really think about this. You knew very well that if you go to another country, especially like Russia or North Korea, that you're going to suffer the consequences if you get caught. Let's be honest. What she did was she rolled the dice. She rolled the dice. That's it. I don't have that much sympathy for that because she rolled the dice. She knew better. What do you think they was going to do if you got caught? You think they was going to give you a slap on the back? I mean, think about it. America and Russia right now, as we speak, is going through so many things, right? With Ukraine, that horrible war out there, right? And then you got the other issues with Russia, the trade war, the violence that's going on. It's just so many things that are striking against you. And let's talk about this. Now, think about this. I'm going to bring up another issue, and some of you might not like it, but it's the truth. Think about this as well. First of all, she goes there with weed. Strike number one. Strike number two, United States is not friends with Russia right now with the horrible war that's going on in Ukraine. The strike, and then on the third strike, which everybody don't want to, which I should say everybody, but pretty much people don't want to talk about. And that third strike is the fact is that she's a lesbian. Let's face reality. In America, it's acceptable. But in other countries, it is not acceptable. It's not something that they celebrate. For example, Iran, right? North Korea. And guess what? Russia. And we're talking about the government. We're not talking about so much the people, but the government. So she got all these things that is against her. And no one really want to address that other aspect. But guess what? It's a factor. Yes, indeed. It's definitely a factor. So, the only way she's going to get out of that 9-year sentence, yes, I did say that, 9 years for some medical weed is unless the United States of America, make a great trade with, we're talking about enemy trades, one person for another. Other than that, she's going to serve those 9 years because right now, Russia, they do not like America. America don't like Russia. And there's really no other incentive for them to release her. There really ain't. They're going to hold that against her. Now, she's supposed to go and appeal to their Russia Supreme Court. But I pretty much can guess that that's going to go north. I don't think that's going to make it whatsoever. She's going to wind up doing those 9 years unless there's some type of resolution has been made. And I doubt that very, very highly. Think about this. She's doing 9 years for carrying in her bags, right? Her packages, her luggage, weed, medical marijuana. Think about it. Think about that. So, it's going to be rough. Let me know what your comments are. Leave them below. You know what? This Four Faces. We'll talk.